Good evening. Welcome back to the Pipe Chronicles, and once again, I'm your host, unfortunately for you. This week, I think we're going to talk a little bit about midlife crises, or just the midlife crisis in general. I watched some fellow YTBCers put out some videos in the last week or two of this subject, and it got me to pondering. Yeah. I'm 54, and I think some of these gentlemen in these videos are probably pushing my age. Am I really going to live to be 108? I hope so. Or do I? I love your fortitude, my friends, and your thinking. However, I don't know that I'm going to live to be 108. Best wishes to all of you that think you might, though. That being said, let's get into the Pipe Chronicles itself. And today I'm smoking the Volani. I've got a little bit of Jamaican Villager in it. Don't know why I had to look at the jar because I know what I put in there. Got a chocolatey taste, very smooth, doesn't leave a tongue bite. And upon shaking the jar, and the jar note, very very chocolatey, and I get a sense of just a little bit of oak in it. I believe. I'm not sure. Once again, palate, nostrils, not like everyone else's. So. Without much further ado, let's pour ourselves a tipple, shall we? And get on with it. Join me. It appears I'm getting a little low. I guess I shouldn't have been so generous with the whistle pig in my video the other day. Perhaps it's time for the store. Salute. Unfortunately, I don't get to do my favorite thing today because, this just has a pocket down here, so I thought it might be a tad easier. Yes, I'm ready. Are you? The Pipe Chronicles, number 4. I've become bloated and obese since my order of Briarworks Cherry Cobbler arrived in the mailbox last week. So I asked my YTPC brethren for advice or suggestions on how to curb my appetite for this delicious concoction. Perhaps just a tidbit on where one might find a blend with less calories. Once again, climate change and the coming ice age have made the air quite stifling, especially in my little space and orbit in the world. Not to be rude, but I hope summer finds each of you sweat dripping down the back of your neck. And if it has, I pray you have a wonderful spot in the shadows and beneath some shade to relax and listen to the birds chirp, sing, and the flowers beg for mercy, as well as the snails who have melted and become one with the asphalt. Their cries that seem to go unheard as summer rages on. And in the spot, out of the golden rays of sunshine, may you enjoy your favorite blend and pipe as well, while the sweat drips off your brow and into your favorite ice-cold beverage. Sweat, which binds us all together like brothers in hell. Mine, which drips onto the hard ground beneath my feet like a cow pissing on a flat rock in a windstorm daily. We've been with weeks without rain, and it's starting to show. The crops in my part of the country curl and bend and bow by the minute as I type this. They may be brown long before the harvest and the season arrives. That being said, all things wilt and die. Some prematurely, unfortunately. Others long past their prime and in the way, which I plan to be. May you all live past your prime, and then some. May there be a little Methuselah in each of you. I generally try to avoid the topic of death. In fact, several of my friends and I have agreed not to go to the others' funerals, with the stipulation being, unless we are asked to be pallbearers. The reason I speak of these things today and jot them down on this ancient and overly built typewriter is that I recently participated in a motorcycle and Jeep memorial ride for a friend who was an enthusiast of both. Mike's been gone 3 years now. He would be 53. Like I said, I try and shy from the subject of mortality, for we are all but mere mortals. And this week I noticed a few midlife and midlife crisis videos on YouTube, posted by some of our YTPC brethren. Very thought-provoking ones indeed. And by no means am I making light of these. In fact, I applaud you for making me ponder the said midlife and the crises that occur from this time period. And this is what I've come up with. Smoke. Smoke often. Step out of your comfort zone, and maybe even change up your pipe rotations. Smoke blends that make you fat and sassy. And if all else fails in your search for midlife fulfillment, buy a Jeep and don't tell your wife. I hope to see you all next week. I hope next week finds us all still alive and kicking. And if you don't buy a Jeep, buy a Corvette, buy a motorcycle. I don't know. Jump out of an airplane without a parachute. No, that don't do that. That would be dumb. And you would definitely not live to be 108 then. I assure you. It's not the fall, it's a sudden stop. And right now I'm going to bid you a tip of the haberdashery and hasta luego, and hopefully that sudden stop doesn't catch any of us for quite some time.